once again, coming at you, the intrepid Del Boy Diablo, Del Boy D, Derek Diablo, Miami Casuals, Diablo TV, like and subscribe, do things you're supposed to do. And I bring to you an important piece of hooligan history. You see, hooligan culture. I'm known as the godfather of football hooliganism in America. I'm the foremost expert on British football hooliganism in the United States, you understand? And I'm gonna tell it to you like this one. In this particular video, we're gonna talk about something that ain't been talked about as such in anybody else's videos, but this is mainly targeted towards the Americans that's following what I'm doing and learning about this culture, right? So you got top boys and hooligan gangs, hooligan firm. It's not the same like American president, vice president. It's not as organized in some sense as American gangs, right? It's match day thing. So you either have top boys, a bunch of guys that's the top of the firm, or you got one top lad, a main man, right? It's different firms, it's different. So the thing about it is, who are these top boys? Who are these top lads for the Americans that study in this culture? People in the comments, guys say, oh, you're a fan of hooligans. Call it what you want. I respect these dudes. I'm in charge of bringing this culture here and spreading it. So it's important for me to identify who these lads are, right? So the top boys, the UK hooligans, top lads. I wrote this in the comment, and this was just off the top of my head. So this is part one. This is in no certain order. But this geezer was arguing with me, so he was it sounded like he's not clued up. He doesn't know what he's talking about because he doesn't know the one lad that I'm about to mention. So, UK hooligans, top lad. Let's say England, English hooligans. First, you're gonna say Cass Pennant, the famous ICF intercity firm. You already know. West Ham United. I'm gonna go on so I don't go too deep in all these. Colin Blaney, rest in peace. I was meant to meet him. Mate of mine, Manchester United, ICJ, intercity jibbers. Rest in peace, gone but not forgotten. He signed a couple books for me and stuff like that. I was meant to meet him, but he passed away sadly. Also from Manchester United, the MIB, Men in Black firm. Hot Shot, the man like Hot Shot. He's top boy MIB firm. I respect that man, like to meet him sometime. Riaz Khan, the great Riaz Khan, Leicester Baby Squad, author of Memoirs of an Asian Football Casual, book that got turned into a Broadway type of play in England. Great guy, I'm friends with him, lovely guy, I've interviewed him before, great dude. All right, moving on, Brendan Kelly. Brendan Kelly was top boy of Plymouth TCE Central Element Firm. Again, rest in peace, gone but not forgotten. And the way this hooligan thing works, at least to me, the way I interpret stuff, I'm in Plymouth sometime and somebody was in the cab. And then the name came out, he says, this guy started slagging off to Brendan Kelly. He said something negative about Brown. I was like, what? I was ready to get into a fight with him. I was ready to whip him for disrespecting Brendan Kelly's name. And the girls, you never even met him. You're not even from this country. Hey, it doesn't matter. You don't gotta know. You don't have to meet somebody to be ready to die for somebody, ready to fight somebody for somebody's name. That's how it goes, Jack. Brendan Kelly, rest in peace. Gone but not forgotten. Plymouth TCE Central Element Firm. Moving on. Baz, One-Eyed Baz, Birmingham Zulus, martial arts man, Heavy Cat in films as well. You're gonna have to mention him if you say top boys of England, no problem. Jason Mariner, Chelsea Headhunters. Obviously, I got a storied relationship with the politics and everything. Either way, though, I respect Jason Mariner. He's out there. He's top boy of Chelsea Headhunters, I think, in the modern times. Moving on, Carl Moran. The man like Carl Moran from the Man City Blazing Squad, one of the current lads out there that's at the forefront of the hooligan scene, baby. I've talked to him on the phone. I was pissed off with my mates in that pub. Hey, I don't know what we're talking about, but you know, I've talked to him. He's a nice lad. I got respect for him, whatever like that. That's the man like Carl Moran. Mark Chester, Naughty 40, Stoke City. I know the man. He made a video for me and everything like that. We got a competition in hooligan literature coming up. So stay tuned. Much respect to Mark Chester, Naughty 40. You understand? Stoke City. Moving on to Ringo, David Young Ringo. David Young Ring, he's Bristol Rovers JHS Gas Hit Squad. A lot of respect from the Southern England stuff from my mates at TCE. Much respect to the man like Ringo, GHS Gas Hit Squad, Bristol Rovers, you already know. Moving on and getting close to wrapping up, the man like Doug Naylor, OCS Owl Crime Squad, Sheffield Wednesday. I love it in Real Football Factory, and they slapped her on Danny Dyer, heard. And then you see him and he's sitting down, right? And he's with all his lads, and you see Danny Dyer shook. And then everybody's talking, I've been in football, I've been in prison, blah, 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 blah. Everybody's talking, and you see Doug Naylor, he sat in the middle, didn't he? He says, in this game, right, he says, you want top boys, but I want the main man. I want him toe to toe. Come ready. So he's calling out. It's unprecedented gangs. He's calling out the leader of another gang for a one-on-one fight. And then the thing about it is, they went to Plymouth, don't you know, and they tried to take over the Walrus. But my man like Steph and Sean, the Plymouth TCE under fives, they got some of their dudes, and that's another story I'll tell for another time. But respect to the man like Dougie Naylor. I talked with him before online and stuff. I'm gonna go see him maybe one day in the Pheasant, you understand? And finally, the man who all this was caused by, Dante Hawkins, Yids. Hooligan, bigger lad, turned boxer, turned MMA fighter. We already know, to me, the Russian hooligan set the mark. There's other ones too, Ukrainian hooligan, the Swedish, but training martial arts and get into MMA, Dante Hawkins is the future in that regard. I don't think he's able to do it. You get stitched up for training guys like that. But I think that Dante Hawkins, from what I see, is the top one-on-one fighter in the whole British hooligan scene right now. So that's part one of Top Boys, baby. I'm gonna leave it there for now. Look into these lads. English people, you can think whatever you want to think. But as far as Americans, I wouldn't be mentioning these dudes for no reason. Some people care about the players. I care about the lads in the firm, you understand?